Welcome to the very first episode of Sports Wrap with me, Agatha, and this is Naveen.
Thank you, Agatha.
And you know, basketball fans are going to be in for a lot of things this week. It's going to be crazy the next couple of weeks, actually. And we're going to be here to talk about it, all of the latest stuff, all the interesting things, and we're going to run through it right now. But first, we're going to talk about UAAP that's coming up this month.
Always exciting.
Yes.
College spirit.
I know! Well, I'm from UP and you're from the South. So let's get that out of the way. We're not going to be biased about this.
We might have some jokes over the next few weeks.
Yes, but let's talk about what's exciting, what's coming up with the teams. What do you think?
So, Ateneo is still the championship favorite, I believe, because their main core, including third-year Ravenna, the Nieto brothers, Angela Kwame, they're still going to come back for a chance at the 3P. UP, they lost Paul Desiderio, which is massive because Paul was the heart and soul of the Maroons last season, especially in that late season run. Which is why I think June Manzo has a big responsibility, as well as Juan Gomez de Liano, because they are the playmakers for the team. And when you insert talented players like Richie Rivero and Kobe Paras, obviously there's going to be some work there. So UP might not be on fire off the gates, but I think their potential is great. LaSalle is always in the championship picture. They have a new head coach consultant in Jermaine Bird. No one really knows what's going on there yet, but they're also going to be interesting. And Adamson, I think losing Sean Manganti was big, but you still have Jerica and Missy, you have Jerome Lastimosa, you have a great head coach in Franz Pumaren. UST is a dark horse in year
UST.
2 of the Alden Ayo era. And NU, FEU, UE, who knows? They might take some people by surprise this season.
Yeah, and let's go back to, UP is super hyped up, right? So we were just talking about them having to work on having that UP fighting spirit also.
Correct.
No, people are wondering if they're a totally different team because they have super skillful players used to the accolades. And you were talking about June Manso, right? Just being there, being the anchor, and being a good facilitator to all that talent. So that's super exciting to see. But yeah, I agree. Ateneo's favorite. UST's our dark horse. Do you have any rookies you're super excited to see? Rookies to look out for?
Well, there are always rookies that kind of take the league by surprise as the season goes on. What I'm more interested about, to be honest, is the MVP race, because I think that third-year Ravenna is going to be in the picture. I think Kobe Paras will also be in the picture.
We have a lot of contenders this season.
And Angela Kwame. And going back to your point about UP, I've always believed that basketball teams take on the personality of their leader, and that's why it was so easy for UP to be unselfish last season, because Paul brought about 16 strong. It was about the team, not just individuals, right? Who for UP can bring that same attitude this year? And I think that's why it's critical for June to be that player, and also Juan, because June will be the game manager. He'll make sure that everyone gets their touches. And I think Juan, aka Wonder Boy, that's what he's called, he has the talent, and the fact that he was born and raised in the UP system, I think, makes him a different kind of crowd darling or crowd favorite. And I think it will be up to those two guys to make sure that everyone in the team, from number 1 to number 16, feel like they have a role.
Yes, and I think June Manso's running to become their captain for the season. So that's an exciting thing to watch.
It's a worthy choice.
Yes. Yeah, actually, there are a lot of things to watch out for UAAP. Speaking of exciting events coming up, we have our international event, the FIBA World Cup.
Correct.
And our national team, they're going to be going against the best of the best. And especially in their group, actually, they have really good teams they're going up against. That's Angola, Serbia, Italy. So, what do you think we should expect from those teams?
Well, for Gilas to advance to the next round, they need to be in the top 2, which is difficult because Serbia was actually ranked number 1 in the FIBA World Cup power rankings. Italy was 13, Angola was 29th, and Philippines was 20th. I think Angola is the best chance for Philippines to get a win. It's still not going to be easy, obviously. Anytime you go in the World Cup against anyone is difficult. Serbia might be difficult just because of the collection of NBA talent they have, like Nikola Jokic, Bojan Marjanovic, Milos Teodosic. Italy, I believe, presents the best chance for Gilas to get an upset and move on to the next round. Italy actually lost by a combined 52 points in 2 tune-up games against Greece and Serbia recently. they're still talented. They still have Marco Bellinelli, Danilo Gallinari. They're still deep. And obviously, when Gilas goes up against them, Gilas will be the underdog. But I give Gilas a shot. How about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, considering what you said, and yeah, they have the heart, and they have the whole Philippines, rooting for them. So I think,
Puso.
yes, Puso. I think they have a good chance.
Yeah.
For sure. And so we're gonna be getting into that and diving deeper into those things with our very special guest that Naveen is going to talk to in a bit. So we're gonna be right back here on Sports Wrap.
Welcome back to the first episode of Sports Wrap, and as we promised, we have a special guest today, none other than Sean Anthony himself, Captain Canada.
Hi guys, how are you?
Welcome, Sean.
Thanks for having me.
So, Sean, it's been an eventful past few weeks for you, but before we dive into that, let's first talk about Gilas, because some of the guys in the roster, like Junmar Fajardo, Troy Rosario, R.R. Pogoy, these are guys you've gone up against on a regular basis in the PBA. Just based on the opponents they're going to face in the World Cup and the talent that these guys have, how do you think they will fare?
Well, if you just watch the PBA finals, those three guys were key people in that finals, and RR was shooting the ball amazing, hitting big shot after big shot, jumping onto the scorer's table out to send the game in like an overtime or something. And Troy was playing unbelievable too, and I think Junmar was dominant, but one of the key things too is he was willing to do whatever it takes to win, and you even saw him sub out to let Christian come in and play some defense.
Very unselfish.
That mentality, and I think it's going to be interesting to see now Troy and RR play off of Andre Blatch, and still they're going to be able to hit those big shots as well.
Throughout your PBA career, you've been part of teams that have been underdogs, going up against superior competition. Gilas will be underdogs for the most part against teams like Serbia and Italy. What's the kind of mindset an underdog team or a team that's not coming in as a favorite has to have in order to be victorious?
I think the confidence comes from the lack of pressure, right? If people don't think you're gonna win or you're the underdog or whatever, there's that. There's not that much pressure, but there's the belief and the ability and I think the camaraderie. So that heart, that Puso that Gilas has built a name on, right? The Puso of coming out, playing with heart, playing with grit, and just coming out and playing the role of someone who's there to spoil the party.
Right. So for Gilas to pull off the upset, a lot of things have to go right, obviously. And even in the game against Angola, where they'll probably come in as the favorite, they have to do a lot of things right. Also, just based on the roster construction of the team, what are the important parts you think they have to focus on to come out with the win?
Well, this year I think is the kind of like a bit of a changing of the guard. You see like the vets, like Jason Castro's not there. I think like Pingris, RDO. It's a new set of guys.
Yeah,
so
new generation.
Yeah, when a new generation, and everything. I think it's going to be their chemistry coming together over the last whatever training camps or whatever. I hope in Spain and whatnot they've had a great time and they've been able to bond not only on the court but off the court, because that'll show. So if that chemistry is out there, I think that's going to be a key thing. Like that's going to develop, and you'll see that ball move. You'll see them build off of each other's emotions and playing styles.
Okay, we're about to test how confident Sean is. Fearless prediction. 3 Gilas games in the first round. Angola, Italy, and Serbia. Not in that order, by the way. But fearless prediction, how many games do they win?
2.
Against?
I feel like we're going to beat Angola, and I feel we're going to be able to pull an upset on Italy and advance and hopefully make another round, and it'll be nice to see Gilas.
How about Serbia? How do you think we fare against them?
Well, Serbia right now just topped the U.S. as the number 1 ranked team in the new FIBA World Cup rankings. So they're the favorite, and I think that's going to be a great test and a great game to watch. And while they're definitely the favorite, I would like to see how we compete on that level. Like if they're the number 1 ranked team in the world right now.
Power rankings?
They have power rankings, right? How are we going to measure ourselves up, and if that's the goal?
Obviously, for Gilas to win, they'll need to play as a team. Unselfish basketball, moving the ladder around, which is what Coach Yang wants, obviously. But how excited are you to see Junmar Fajardo, who some consider the greatest Filipino basketball player ever, to go up against an NBA MVP candidate in Nikola Jokic?
Well, I think Jokic finished third, right, in the MVP race, making him the top center in the NBA. And as you mentioned, Jumar is the GOAT of the PBA
GOAT.
basketball. So we're going to see the best player in PBA history going up against the top center in the world, right? Because he's the top in the NBA. So that's going to be a great matchup, and I can't wait to see Jumar match up.
Do you think Junmar can come back even better after going up against him?
I would never put any limits on Jumar.
So Sean, the past few weeks have been painful but necessary for you. You had an operation on your ankle. Tell us about that, what was cleaned up, and how much better do you feel now?
So I've been playing with some bone spurs for multiple years now, and halfway through this conference, I think one of the bone spurs broke off and creating like floating bones in my ankle. And so basically I woke up after one game and my ankle was just swollen out of nowhere. I didn't sprain it, I didn't do anything, so I just woke up in shock.
It's like a balloon.
But yeah, so basically I found out I needed surgery to remove the bone spurs, the floating bones, and a bunch of scar tissue. But we decided to do it after the conference because the team was doing really well and tried to play. So just recently I removed those things out of my ankle and got a bunch of PRP shots because playing through that caused a bit of tendonitis in some of my ankle.
So you should be ready for the start of the Governors Cup.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Awesome. So guys, we all know that Sean Anthony here is a bad boy, and Robert Bollick, his star rookie teammate, is silky smooth. And you guys got some talented players there too, like Motau Tua, who is great at the center position. But this past conference, you guys dropped the ball in the quarterfinals. You had San Miguel on the ropes. You had the champion on the ropes, but like what San Miguel does, they come back. How excited are you to bounce back in the Governors Cup though? Do you see yourselves as championship contenders?
I think so. We finished second last conference. We almost knocked out San Miguel. We had a 4-point lead with a minute left.
Painful
But
memories.
those are the champs, back-to-back champs. So we're gonna have to come out and learn from last conference and hopefully be healthy. Myself, Bradwin, Garvo, a bunch of guys had little injuries and stuff so hopefully that and an import that can complement our team just like our previous import.
So you're gonna pull a Westbrook and average a triple-double next conference?
I don't think I need to. I think I just need to help our team. We got guys, like as you mentioned, we got guys like Robert now. We got Mode, who's in my opinion right now the most improved player this year.
He's been hitting the gym, I know that.
Yeah, all the time. And then we got a good group of guys come in. We just had a trade to have Jeremy King and Russell Scotto come in, so their defensive pressure will help us as well. And so we have a bunch of talent. So yeah.
I have to ask. In 3 years, Robert Bollick, where does he rank in the PBA hierarchy?
I mean, you see, we got the top point guards right now are like Jason Castro, Chris Ross, and like Paul Lee, whatnot. And I see Robert going up there and competing to be one of the top point guards in the PBA. So he's
top three.
Yeah, I see him going up there. I mean, he's already hitting clutch shots. He's setting guys up, and he's really stepped into his role this conference. So. We only see his improvement going up.
Thanks for joining us, Sean.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Stay tuned for a special segment with our special guest.
Now we're going to surprise Sean Anthony with a bunch of rapid fire questions that he was trying not to look at a while ago. So you just answer these questions with whatever comes up at the top of your head. All right?
Sounds good.
Okay, favorite dessert?
Ice cream.
Okay. Is that even a question? Okay. Sand or snow?
Sand for sure. Beach, warm weather, yeah.
Toughest person to guard?
Wow. Paul Lee.
Okay. Favorite Filipino food?
Tinola.
And that's healthy too.
Yes.
Okay, speaking of healthy, pre-game meal?
Something light, usually like chicken fish with steamed veggies or something.
Dream vacation?
African safari. So when I retire, that's where I want to take the kids and the wife. That's kind of our plan. So
Lots of animals.
yes,
Okay, cats or dogs?
dogs for sure. I have a dog.
Oh, cute. How old is your dog?
He's 5. He's a chocolate lab. Great with the kids. So a great family dog. So that's why dog.
Okay,
first.
wait, this is rapid fire. I forgot.
sorry,
I
okay.
forgot. Favorite NBA team?
Don't have one. Was a Steve Nash fan growing up in Canada. Once he retired, I just enjoy watching basketball.
And last, how do you take your coffee?
Black.
Oh, okay. Simple as that. There you have it, guys. This is Sean Anthony answering the rapid fire questions. All right, and that was the very first episode of Sports Wrap. And we got a lot of things in store for you guys, more interesting and exciting things to come.
Special thanks to Sean Anthony who joined us today. Over the next few weeks and months, the Philippines has a lot of sports events coming up, and we're going to tackle that along with having special guests coming over on the show.
And this has been me, Agatha.
This has been me, Naveen,
And that's a wrap.